Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. How are you today? It is Thursday, June the 8th. Full week into this June thing already, aren't we? Nice weather expected for the most part today. We got rain chances coming in this afternoon after 3 o'clock, about a 30% chance. What does that really mean? Yeah, you'll probably get a shower is what that means. So we'll give you all the latest on that coming up here in just a moment. We'll dig deep into the forecast to let you know what's going on. We're going to tell you about Dolly. It is confirmed. I know you've all heard the rumors of maybe Dolly being in the area. Well, it's true. August is that date. We'll tell you about that this morning at 7 also. So make sure to join us as we'll go over lots of things today. Tomorrow, our special guest will be Senator Chris McDaniel. Have y'all ever heard of him? He's up for lieutenant governor this time. He's going to begin to spend a little time with us tomorrow to tell us about what he's doing, where it's going, and he'll be going up against Delbert for lieutenant governor. Big show tomorrow, so be here for that. We'll also get some tips today on hurricane season as it begins. We got a professional coming in, y'all, about how to pull ropes and get, well, you know where I'm going with that. Make sure your generators are going. We're going to find out all of that this morning, beginning at 7, as Greg will be our special guest on all of that. Right now, let's head out to Collinsville. Now, if I've got the wrong episode loaded, we're going to do a quick pause and we'll fix it. I just don't remember what I did. So let's check this as I cowardly hit the button. Yes, sir. That was the wrong one. So here's what we're going to do here. Let's go here, and we'll do it this way, and let's go into Collinsville now.
I can remember moving to one of the churches where I served when I was much younger. It was great getting to know people and learning about them, spending time with them. Then I went to the first business meeting. What I didn't know was that there was a lot of infighting over an issue that had been brewing for some time. There was all kinds of yelling and arguing among people who generally got along before. I can remember thinking at the time something like, "What's wrong with you people? And have I made a mistake coming here?" Well, things calmed down, but some people ended up leaving the church because the outcome was not what they wanted it to be. In James chapter 4, verses 1 and 2, James asks a group of Jewish Christians who had obviously been struggling with infighting. He says, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You want something, but you don't get it. You can kill and covet, but you cannot have what you want. You quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. And when you ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures." If we're not careful, we can be overcome by the desires within us to have what we want and have our own way. The result can be damaging when it comes to relationships that should serve to build up God's kingdom and bring glory to Him. The key here is in asking God for what we want and asking with right motives. We also must learn to be good stewards of what God gives. And when we do these things, it demonstrates that we place great value on relationships and we do better in God's kingdom work. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Yep, and there's always been an argument within a church, and we've all seen that, to where they'll separate after a huge fight. Happens all the time. Visit with them. They're going to be opening up the church doors on Sunday. They'd love to have you. Oh, they even got a little Bible school and things of that nature. Come do it. You'll enjoy yourself there in Collinsville. Can't miss it. As we begin today, let me show this on radar. If you're up and you're driving a rig for a living, you want to know what's north of us as we go toward Tennessee. Let's pull this up this morning. Look at the thick fog that is over Tennessee as we get into Kentucky, these areas here around Bowling Green, anywhere around Nashville. And if you've ever driven through Nashville, traffic is horrific in those areas. But look how bad this is. This is thick and thicker, all the way up to Bowling Green in these areas here. So be more than careful in those areas. Drive slow. That traffic doesn't slow any when you're there. All right, let's get into our forecast now. No. Let's do some headlines first. Then we'll come back and do some weather. What's happening around America today? Now, as I first read this story particularly, I thought there's no way that a mother could be acquitted of 4 murders. And I thought that murders, the headline, the way it was worded, but a mother was sent to jail for 30 years for the death of her 4 children. Well, it gives you the thought that maybe all of that happened at once. It didn't. Each one of these children died when they were 6, 7, 8, 9 months old. She's from Australia. She was sent to prison. It turns out, as scientists have studied this more and more, each child died of a natural cause. She spent nearly 20 years in prison for something that she didn't do. How horrible is that? I can't imagine. But she's innocent, and thank heavens that she has been freed. She'll never get back those 20 years. And I, like you, in the beginning, probably would have thought something was fishy. It was a hurried trial, I'm sure, and they sent an innocent person to jail for something that they didn't do. That gives you makes the hair stand up on your arm to think that somebody goes to jail for something they didn't do. GameStop. Now, I'm one of those. My kids have always played the games on TV. You know that. You've bought them. I don't quite understand it, but GameStop. They fired the CEO yesterday. Immediately, stock started plummeting again. That's all about a turnaround, as they had let out their quarterly earnings and it was down again. They've gotten rid of the one who was there, placed somebody new in the position. And apparently, it's just like anything else. Y'all remember, what was it Blockbuster that used to be big with video? Yep. Things are changing, and games are not going to be cartridges anymore. It's all going to be an online type thing. What will it do to stores like this? I don't have the answer. We know how it turned out for Blockbuster. I think the last store finally closed. It just becomes a thing of the past, as we even see media going through changes of the old way is not the new way. Things do change. And it seems as though the gaming industry is getting that first huge change there. As we look at Google, they're telling their employees to stay home today, at least on the East Coast, and that's due to all of this fire that's coming in from Canada. It's so thick you can't see, and they're urging employees just to stay at home, and they will work it all out from there. Mary Lynn says she still has her Blockbuster card. Pretty neat there. I can remember going, is the red box even, does that exist? That's still out there, where you can physically get it? I know, I'm still trying to figure out why the VHS tape, how do you say VHS tape? That's gone. Yeah, still need to transfer that over to digital. Putting it to a DVD does not do any good now, because the DVD player is about gone. If you didn't know that, whoop, do some catching up. It's all digital now. Let's see. A dentist. Oh, this is horrible. A prominent one as we look at this. Virginia Beach is where this story comes in this morning. His daughter, he was 68. His daughter, who was transgender, stabbed him to death this week. We don't know what the argument was about, but horrible it is as we look at that. They've been fighting this for some time. The FBI has just really not been wanting to turn over those documents that they've been asking for that could possibly tie the Biden family into some wrongdoings, as, well, we know one of those sons had his hand in some things in some foreign countries. It's been some paperwork that they've been demanding, and they wouldn't turn it over. The FBI director has finally did what he had to do, his lawful duty. We'll see where this goes. Is there something to it? We don't know. I never want to accuse anyone for wrongdoing when they haven't. We've seen that on other presidents, haven't we? To where they truly weren't guilty, and it just got worse and worse and worse. Now, there's lots of talk in this case. Let's see what becomes of it. Hopefully, the truth will prevail, and it won't be like an interview with the FBI of, hey, what were you doing June 27th? Oh, I was at your house. Oh, well, you're innocent. And I think we all know what I'm referring to when I say that. Some agencies do get a little, I think y'all know where I'm going with that also. Do y'all remember the 70s show? It was kind of funny. The dad was always perfectly, I really liked him. He just told it how it was. Do you remember the redheaded guy that stayed in the basement? There's been lots of accusations that, well, maybe as a star, he could have maybe in some roundabout. Several women said that he may have taken advantage of me. They even used the word rape. It went to trial. The first trial came through. It was a mistrial. Nothing happened. Since then, he's gone back. He's been found guilty. 2 of them. Now we're learning that maybe two of some of the attorneys may have been leaking information to the Scientology church for them to help out behind the scenes. I truly do not understand this Scientology church. I know that, what's his name from Mission Impossible is a big member of it. Lisa Marie used to be. It's kind of like they protect their own to a degree.
Yeah, and then that one actress, she balled out of there real quick and been going against the church.
Odie says an actress has jumped out of it and been going against the church. There's lots of things there. And is it a church? I don't know the answer to that. Because in my world, there can only be one. So Jesus Christ. And I don't know, I'm not accusing them of anything. I just truly don't understand their religion of what it is. It almost sounds pyramidish. Y'all know more than I do about that. I've never really looked into them because I just didn't fall for that, so to speak. Remember the TV anchor that I said was kind of, man. We brought this up yesterday. It was kind of like as we went back to Will Ferrell, the part that he played, where he played Keep It Classy, as we find out more about this guy that lost his job, got fired. Well, it started with a car wreck. He walks home from the car wreck, and his wife left him. Well, he became a drunk. And it just got worse and worse and worse and worse for him that day, and he's lost his job in San Francisco. It all happened within 9 hours. He had a perfect life, and then it went, whoof. You never know what a day is going to bring for you, do you? We certainly hope your day is going to be wonderful. We want to smile on you. And despite the bad things that go on in the world, we tell you what goes on so that you'll know what to face each day. We got a lot of those stories coming up this morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to tell you what's happened overnight. A bad guy is no longer around, no longer a threat for our area. We've got details of what's gone on over the last 24 hours. It's a lot to that. We'll tell you about that coming up at 7 o'clock also. No one in Jasper County, Southern Newton County, or Western Clark have to wonder about somebody slipping up on them anymore. That story's coming up this morning. We'll be right back as we begin this day for you.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we pull up our record highs and record lows on this date, it was 63. 99 degrees, a warm one. We're 10 away from that today. 1894, oh my goodness, that was a long time ago. It was 46 degrees on this date. Way, way, way long time ago. As we look at today's forecast, we look to see somewhere between 90 to 92. It just really depends upon where you are in this area. It will fluctuate 1 or 2 degrees in that area as we go northward toward Columbus. Could be a little bit cooler there with more rain in that area of around 88, and we should see Noxapater right around the Louisville area right at 90. As we go south, we'll get warmer into the Hattiesburg area, Natchez, 92, 93. As we go eastward into Bama land, we see that Demopolis brings about 91 to 2. Tuscaloosa, we'll see about 89, and cooler in the Birmingham area today. Again, that's a little bit further north there as we look at all that weather. Across it, we see it. The warmer weather is nearing this area here. Most of western Mississippi and south Mississippi are already under this heat wave, but it is creeping here hotter and hotter and hotter. Pretty much we'll have that West Texas heat on us It's not far off. Out to the west, California, still cool. Nevada, not bad at all. But here in the south, the entire south, if you look at that, is hot and hotter as we move forward. Our 7-day forecast falls for today to be 92. We'll have that 30% chance of rain moving in this afternoon after 3 o'clock. So expect rain showers here and there. That's going to be happening. As we go into Friday, the end of the week, pretty much they're putting in a 10% chance of rain, but it's a good chance we'll have sunshine most of the day tomorrow. That's the great news. Now, as we go to Saturday, we've got a 30% chance of showers. And as we get into Sunday around church, 40, 50% as you go back to work on Monday. So we have a wet one mostly over the weekend, especially on Sunday. So expect all of that to be happening. And we'll keep rain chances all the way through next Wednesday. Wilson keeps us up to date on all of that. As we look at the temperatures all the way through the 22nd, look at this, 96, 97. We're going to be seeing 3 digits before long as we saw that heat front moving in from the west. Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy. Let's look at the fishing forecast right around the corner. First, we see that, well, there's no hurricanes this morning. Isn't that good news? I like that. That fishing forecast from Chet's Paint and Body tells us the wind's going to be west, becoming 5 to 10. Your major time to fish is going to be this afternoon. Let's hit it at 4:30. Be prepared, and you should be able to fish up until about 7 o'clock tonight. It'll be fun. Enjoy yourself. That's a quick look at the forecast of what we've got. A lot of folks coming in. We're going to have a great show. We want you to be a part of it. Greg's in the studio. We got a studio full this morning. Teach you a few things, and we'll learn a few things together. It all happens this morning beginning at 7. Won't you be a part of it? We are less than 10 minutes away. Come back. We'll be kicking off the morning show shortly. You can watch us on television, Fox 30, or here on YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook, whichever way you prefer. We'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: